Welcome to my sewing room. I'm Kelly and you found me here on Pickin' Stitches, and today we're going to be working on the Sew Sampler May subscription kit that came in. It's a pattern called Spring Ivy, and you have to be a subscriber to get this pattern, unfortunately, so I cannot give you the exact cutting instructions, but I'm going to show you how we put it all together. And I've got a couple shortcuts that I think are going to change a couple things, but if you want to follow it exactly like the pattern, please feel free. I just like to make things a little faster if I can. Okay, so first things first, I've already gone ahead and cut out all of my white pieces, and there are quite a few. I just used Bella Solid out of my stash. I think the Fat Quarter Shop does have some finishing kits. I'm not certain what their white background is, but if it's that little thistle pattern or that little clover pattern, I'd be really excited. Okay, so the first step that we're going to do is there's one section that's going to be making up these central stems of the plant, and so as we're cutting those out, we're supposed to take 18 of our strips because we're going to need 18 for the quilt, and we're going to cut the strips off of that. So I've gone ahead and picked my 18 that I want to do that with, and I don't know if you guys can hear that. I don't know what's going on with the starch industry right now, but I cannot find starch anywhere, so I'm playing around with some homemade varieties, and I'm kind of tinkering with the recipe to figure out exactly what I want. And you hear that? They're like cardboard. So this is definitely going to be a project where I have really starch fabric. It'll be all right. I pre-wash my quilts before I do anything with them anyway. But I've picked my 18 fabrics that I'm going to have as my stem. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the stem section off. And then instead of cutting it like the instructions say where I make it into a bunch of bite-sized pieces, I'm going to go ahead and stitch these together almost with the fabric, and then the remaining ones I am going to stitch with the fabric. So instead of having this huge variety of leaf patterns, I'm only going to have 6 leaves, but I'm okay with that because I think the time saving is worth it. But if you'd like more variety in your leaves, then you can't, I mean, you probably could do it a different way. But the fastest way or the easiest way to get a huge variety is to chop them all up into tiny, tiny sections. But that's not how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to cut off my stem sections, and then I'm going to start sewing these together. Okay, so I have gone ahead and cut off all 18 of my stems, and I've got those set aside. And now I've taken all of my remaining strips, and I've grouped them based on what I think is going to be flattering color choices. Now I'm only going to have 6 different repeating colors throughout, so I'm definitely going to try to make sure that they look nice together. And then I'm trying to keep anything that's really light in the middle so that when it's sitting next to the background fabric, it'll be really visible. And I'm just going to power sew these strips together, and then we'll press them all at the same time and then cut them into the size that we need. So here we go. So I'm just going to sew a 1/4 inch seam all the way down. I heard Kimberly got a 9,000. I don't remember how many stitches per inch this guy is, like 15 or 1900, but I'm thinking it might be nice to have a couple more stitches per minute. So I am going to double check and make sure that I'm sewing to the white because I want that white in the middle so it's not touching my background fabric as much as possible. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but... I totally just threw that off the other edge of my sewing table. It'll be just fine. All right, so white one in the middle again. I love my Juki, but she is a loud girl, especially when you're sewing it out this fast. Okay, last set. Okay, so now that we've got all of these sewn together, I'm going to go ahead and head over to the pressing station, and I'm going to set all my seams just like we usually do, and then I'm going to press them open and get them ready to chop down into smaller pieces. So now I've got all of my blocks trimmed into little 3-patch sections. And what we're going to do is take our smallest white squares, I believe there are 72, and we are going to just put one on opposite corners of every single block. So I'm just... Okay, so now we have all of our corners sewn on. I've got half of them with the, try not to dump these, the top left, and half of them with the top right are going to have my white corners. And now I'm going to go ahead and assemble it together here to make this leaf. So we're going to set this over here. The first thing we're going to do is take our 2 leaves. So we're going to have an upper leaf is going to be the top right, and we're going to put the white portion on the bottom, and then this is going to be the lower leaf, and so we're going to put the white portion on the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and line those up and sew them on. And I'm going to make this one block first to show you guys, and then I'll go ahead and piece out the rest of them kind of chain style. And as usual, if you prefer to pin, please go ahead and pin. But this is a pretty straightforward block. All right, let's go give it a press. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is set my seams, and then I'm going to press to the dark. You could probably do these either way, and there's definitely a little bit more, there's one more seam on the dark side, but I don't think that's too many to be bulky. And since I am my own long arm quilter, I am not concerned about what they're going to say about my bulky seams. Okay, so we've got our 2 leaves. So this one is going to, I have to check it every time. So this is my upper leaf, and this is going to be my lower leaf. So they're going to be oriented that way. And then I just need to pick one of the strips that we cut earlier to be my middle strip. So just pick something that you think is going to look nice. I'm trying to make sure I'm not repeating any of my patterns. I don't have any orange in this block, so I think I'm going to use this one. And then we're just going to sew each side to my center strip and then press it open. And you can press here if you want to. I'm just going to go ahead and flip it back. I'm going to think about where it goes so I don't do it backwards for you guys. It's usually not the first block that I mess up on. It's like the 10th block. The 10th block, I am very likely to just think I know exactly where I'm going and what I'm doing, and that's when I sew it on the wrong way. Okay, so now I'm going to set these seams. And on this one, I'm going to press to the dark side as well. I always have to look around before I say that in my sewing room because my family sure does get a kick out of talking about being pressed to the dark side. Can you tell that they like Star Wars? All right. All right, so now that we're pressed and we've got our second block here, we're going to go ahead and just repeat this until we have 18 total blocks. So now that we know how the block goes together, I've kind of tested my theory, make sure that I like how it comes apart. I'm just going to get a stack. So this is going to be my left hand one, so I'm going to attach it to the bottom. I'm just going to rotate it and start going. Okay, so this is all my upper leaves, and I'm going to go cut these apart and press them open. I really do love this little kind of way to use an older rotary blade just to cut your chain pieces apart. You can certainly do it with a pair of scissors, but this way I don't have to pick up scissors. And I've seen recently there's a new tool that is a sharpener for rotary blades. Kind of had a mixed review base on what I saw. I didn't see many reviews on the Fat Quarter Shop, and on Amazon I think it was not the best. But I really want to try one, but I don't want to spend whatever, 50 bucks on one if it's not going to work. So if anybody's tried one before, let me know how it worked for you. Okay, so that's side one. Now we're going to do this side, so they're going to go on the top. So I'm going to rotate them this way, and off we go. Okay, so that's our second side, and don't be concerned about my extra blocks over there. I'm actually making 2 of these, but I won't bore you to tears with all of the extra blocks there. So I'm going to cut these apart, and then I'm going to go press all of these new white seams open, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, so now we've got all of ours, oops, that's backwards, this way. All of our upper leaves sewn together with the white on the bottom, all of our lower leaves sewn together with the white on the top. So I'm just going to take one stack or the other, whatever you choose, and I'm going to attach these to one side, and then I'm going to come back and attach this other side. So, you want to kind of pay attention to color placement, but honestly with this quilt, there's so much variety, I think it's going to be okay. So off we go. Okay, so I've gotten them mostly all up on my design wall, and you kind of can Tetris as much as you want. My daughter helped me get these up here, and we both kind of like, oh wait, did you do this? Move this one here, move that one there. But once you get them kind of organized the way you want, you feel like you've got good color disbursement, then you're going to just sew. What I'm going to do is sew this row together, and then I'll sew this row together, and then I'll sew this row together. And then we'll come back and add our sashing neck. Okay, so I went ahead and picked up my entire stack off the wall. This was my top left-hand corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this piece onto this piece. So I'm just going to flip it down and sew it on. Now, because I do want these stems to line up, please feel free to pin. In fact, I may throw a pin in these first couple and see how they end up. now we've got all of our columns sewn together, and we're just going to add sashing on the right and left sides and between each row. Okay, so now we have our 3 columns and all our sashings. I sewed a sashing on the outside, 2 to the middle one, and 1 on the other outside. And now I'm going to sew my 3 columns together, and we are going to be done with our quilt top. Okay, that wraps up our spring ivy quilt. This was the quilt pattern that came in the Fat Quarter Shop Sew Sampler box for May. As you can see, I still have a couple extra blocks. I have a couple fun things planned. I'm going to show those probably in a later video. I want to do some fun borders and some interesting stuff on the back. But until then, if you enjoy sewing along with me or watching any of my other tutorials or unboxing videos, it would help me out a bunch if you would like and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget, I did set up that new private Facebook group, so I would love to see what you guys are working on, to get your feedback on what kind of videos you want to see next. And I feel like Facebook is a great place for you to be able to post your pictures back to me. So until then, guys, I hope you are sewing in your sewing room and having as much fun as I am in mine, and we'll see you next time.